Hi, Aries. Thank you for tuning into your June 2022 monthly reading. This will be a general reading. And thank you for tuning into Phoenix Flames Intuitive Channel. So, the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to pull from the Rumi Oracle card, and then we will proceed with the tarot reading. Okay? So the first thing that I do is I invite you to plant your feet into the ground, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, exhale, and trust the messages that land on your heart. If this message happens to resonate or touch you in any way, please subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it with your friends, colleagues, and family members. I'm also open to personal readings if you're interested in that as well. The information is in the description box. Okay, so let's begin your reading, Aries. What messages, what guidance do we have for Aries, June 2022? It's card 30, Whirling Goddess. Beautiful. Okay, Aries, this oracle brings you a message. You are at the point of growth where your mind can hold you back rather than urge you forward. If you have, like so many, used your mind to support you, to shore up your sense of self in the world, and to gain a sense of certainty about how the world works, then this is no easy leap. It will seem as though you are being asked to pass through the keyhole. Of course, your mind will stop and argue for all the reasons why the door should be opened instead of remaining closed, making the task seem so much harder than it needs to be. But this is the mind in resistance. Don't place too much stock in the claims that life should be other than it is. Aries, you are being asked to dance rather than be understood, to lay the thoughts to rest and to come alive. It is the bravest, most trusting soul that dares put the mind to one side and say, "Tonight we dance, my heart and I, in the great rousing music of the beloved's beating heart, and I will not miss one step." Aries, you are ready to live beyond what you know, to have it no matter if you don't understand how life can work itself out. You are not to wait for permission or for explanation or even for another dance partner. When we stop seeing life as it is, showing up for us every moment and engaging with it as it is, we can become careless with the light of the heart. Our huffing and puffing to force what does not need to be forced can cause the heart light to flicker and waver. Aries, we forget to trust in what is because we get caught up in attachment and fear surrounding our desires. Rather than letting life move us, we try to move life. This oracle comes as a reminder to you, Aries. Don't doubt. What you are feeling deep within, the passionate love of your heart light, is true. It is real. Aries, that is a beautiful message from Rumi, just showing you the importance of staying in the moment, releasing doubt, and just trusting the present moment. And finding creativity in everything that you do. What's quite lovely is that message where it says, I'm inviting you to dance. Don't wait on a dance partner. Don't wait on a dance partner, Rumi, Aries. I was going to call you Rumi, but that's actually who the Oracle card deck is called. It's called Rumi Oracle. But Aries, basically what the Rumi Oracle card is saying is don't wait on a dance partner to dance. If you feel the urge to dance, dance. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful oracle message, Aries. Let's begin your reading. Okay, what messages are for Aries? June 2022. What messages? Guidance, wisdom, what is for Aries? Mm. Okay. Yep. Okay, Aries. All right. Okay, so for the recent past, we have the Magician, Four of Pentacles, and the Death card. Okay, so what I'm feeling right now for the recent past is that Spirit was, with the Magician coming out, Spirit was definitely reminding you in the recent past, Aries, that everything that you need or wanted to manifest, you had within your grasp, right? You had the cups, the pentacle, the wands, the sword. You had everything that you need to manifest your dreams and your goals, whatever your desires are, you have it. And I think that's key. Even though that was a card that presented itself in the recent past, I feel like that's a card that is like needed for you to hear for throughout June. I think if you have a goal or whatever you want to achieve, I know sometimes what human beings do, what we do is we have these big dreams and big goals, and then we'll say to ourselves, oh no, it's too big. And we'll dim that light. Or we'll be like, oh, I don't have the resources to make it happen. I don't have the money or the family connections or the network. I don't have that to make my dreams come true. But I think the reason why this was the first card that came out for you, Aries, is because I think Spirit wants you to know that you don't need a whole lot of money, resources. You don't need a fancy education. You don't need all those things to make your dreams come true. There are plenty of people in this world that oh my gosh, they create magnificent things and they come from very humble beginnings. And I think those are the most powerful stories to listen to. So I think that's a gentle reminder from Spirit is that if you're dreaming of something big, continue to dream it forth. It's going to happen. And also know that you don't necessarily have to have like, you know, again, like every I dotted, every T crossed, all these resources and wealth to make it happen. All you need is a bit of creativity and trust and knowing that it's going to work out for you. And you put the intention out there, you put that wish out into the world, and it's going to happen. Okay. Um, in the recent past, you had the Four of Pentacles. So there was something that you were holding very close to your heart. It looks like maybe you were also trying to save your money, possibly that you were budgeting better, that you were just becoming much more financially savvy. Just definitely like holding your wealth, your resources, your paychecks close to you. Um, and another thing is with the Four of Pentacles, if you look right here, the guy, he's holding a pentacle close to his heart. Um, Whenever I see that card, yes, it's indicative of wealth, but I think it could also mean that you're holding something that is just very special to you close. Like you're holding onto it, you're gripping onto it. That could be a family member, love, a job. Um, it could be really anything that you just consider very dear to you. So it seems like that's something you were doing. Also, in the recent past, was the death card. Um, so there's no need to get like fearful of the death card. Whenever I see the death card, I just see it as like a moment of rebirth. I do think that June, maybe it was in May that this recent, because this is the line of like recent past, that maybe like in May something had to die, and that could be a sense of identity. That could be like you leaving a job, starting a new career. That could also mean just like an idea of how you thought your life would turn out that would need to die in order for something new to emerge. Okay. Um, so again, every Aries is different, but there was like obviously in May, there was some kind of a death that needed to happen in order for this to happen. Okay, so this is the current energy. This is the present moment. Ace of Pentacles, the Moon, and also beautiful Fool. Right. So yeah, like after a period of death, you're in the center here at the Moon, right? So the Moon is the center card. So whenever I see the center card, I feel like that is where you're currently at when I'm doing this reading. So I feel like right now in this moment, you are here, right? The Moon is definitely one of those cards that focuses on deep healing and intuition. And that makes sense, especially if something just had to be released from your life in May. So you're in a period of like, okay, well, I need to heal. I need to just sort of like take out time for myself to like, just really work on my emotional life, to really like figure out what just occurred. So that's what I feel like. I feel like you're in that space, like the Moon energy, where you're healing. And that's to be expected, right? Whenever we lose something, whenever something leaves our lives that no longer serves us, it can take an emotional toll. And I do feel like maybe there was an emotional toll. And you're just basically trying to come back to you. So good news is like Spirit sent this card to you to say that there's a gift coming towards you. Ace of Pentacles is, representative of like, whether it's a message or like a gift, like something like, it usually refers to like financial, like wealth, but it can also be a job or an idea or a person, but it is definitely a gift that's going to be coming your way. And in order for that gift to come your way, this needed to happen. This had to be released in order for this gift to come your way. I also feel like your energy that's probably towards, like, again, the middle of the month, is going to be the Fool card. Like, you're ready to take a risk, right? You're ready to, like, I think, again, there's this, which is really interesting. There's this, like, the Moon card is right here. It's a time for you to really just be to yourself, be more introspective. But the Fool card is right here. And the Fool is all about, like, everyone see me. I'm going to jump and take this risk. And there's all this sunshine, this illuminated heart. So it's really quite interesting how, like, there's this shift in energy. And that makes sense. Like, if you're coming from a place where, you did need some time out to really reflect, it's almost like, okay, the healing's done. I've already been, like, introspective and, like, and just sort of to myself. And here I am emerging the Fool card. Here I am. I'm ready to take another risk. I'm ready to take another jump and really just another risk in life, right? Which is amazing, right? It's really amazing because what it looks like is, like, for your near future, you have the Three of Wands, the Chariot, and the Ten of Wands. And I feel like for the near future, Aries, to me, what it feels like is you are finally tapping into what you want to do, right? And you're putting in the work to do it. And it's going really quickly because the Chariot card is, like, all about, like, full speed ahead. I'm ready. You came from, like, taking that risk. So again, this could be like you starting a new job or starting a business or something, but it's like you're ready to take that risk. You're ready to, like, go full speed ahead. Same thing with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands, it's like you're ready for the next chapter in your life to open up and emerge. And it just feels like this readiness, like you're on the verge of, like, hey, I'm ready to get this done. I'm ready to really tap into my passions and really focus on what I want to do, So it's really, really interesting. Yeah. So it also feels like for the Three of Wands, there's this feeling like whenever I look at the Three of Wands, sometimes I feel like it's like a card to travel. Like you are looking out into the horizon and you're like, yeah, that's what I want. And I'm going full speed ahead at what I want. I'm ready for this next step. And yeah, and the Ten of Wands is all about, like, you really, really working hard at your dreams and your goals. So I feel like for June, like, I feel like something needed to end in order for you to be able to fully see what you really wanted, the type of life that you really wanted. I don't think you were able to really see the type of life that you were meant to have or the type of, like, what you wanted, because whatever was there before, it was blocking it. It was really, really blocking it. But now you're in towards the end of the month, you're in a very different energy state. You're working hard, full speed ahead, and you're ready. You're ready to really seek out what your passion is. So that's beautiful. All right, 3 more cards. The final cards, wisdom for my beautiful Aries. What's the final 3 cards for Aries? And it sort of ties in with this card because when I read the card 30 in the beginning, like, it was so interesting, that whole message about not asking for a dance partner, not waiting for permission. And I think that's what it's about with the Fool. I feel like it's like you're no longer waiting for permission, Aries. You're like, hey, I'm ready to jump. I'm ready to dance and I'm ready to take a risk. And I'm not going to ask anyone's permission to do so. I'm just going to follow it full speed ahead. And I'm going to trust my intuition and trust my heart. Yeah. Okay. 3 more cards. Final 3 cards for my beautiful Aries. June 2022. What are the messages coming through for Aries? Nine of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Okay, yeah. And Three of Wands. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So you got the Nine of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and Three of Wands. Okay. So it does show for me, like with the Four of Swords, that is definitely, it makes sense because you got the moon card also, and this is your current energy, this line right here, that you're taking time out for yourself to rest, to really like just rejuvenate, replenish that energy, tap into your intuition, just renew yourself. I feel like right now you are renewing yourself so that you can prepare yourself for this. Like there's something beautiful coming in, Aries, for you. But Spirit is like, okay, you just sort of went through this like hard transformation, like this hard like transition in May. But now it's time to heal and to rest. Really just take out that time right now, because what is happening, because you got the threes. And what's really interesting about the three cards, the number three, whenever I see a card with three, it usually is very similar. It doesn't matter if it is the wands or if it's it doesn't matter if it's like wands. Oh, in fact, I just noticed this. You got Three of Wands twice. I just noticed this. Three of Wands twice, Aries. Yeah, I think what's happening, and I'm just picking up on it, I feel like there's, again, like I feel like there's this sort of this pining energy where you're like, you're looking out at the horizon, at the distance, you're like, I want that. That could be travel, that could be a new job, that could be you building a business, but it's something that is very different than what is currently happening in your life right now. And I think that's why the Three of Wands came out twice for you, is because like there is this kind of this longing. That's the best word for it. I feel like Aries energy this month in June, like there's this longing for this Nine of Pentacles right here, right? Like this is like where you want to be at. Right here is the Nine of Pentacles, where you're grabbing for your dreams and your goals. Like this person is doing. Like you see what you want, but I feel like you're sort of in your head where you're like, how do I get that done? And all you're really able to do right now is just to look at what you want. So you haven't necessarily taken like the full leap yet. I feel like this is something that is simmering inside of you. It's like, oh yes, I know I embody the Fool. I know I can take this risk, but it hasn't quite happened yet. Like I feel like this is definitely something that is in your heart. Now that I think about it, I feel like you're like embodying the Fool, where you're like, yes, I want to take this risk, but you haven't quite done it yet. You haven't quite done it yet. But that's okay. That's okay. So long as you see that in order for anything to change, risk needs to be associated with it. Like you can't expect transformation without the Fool card, right? So sometimes we do have to just take that risk and be like, hey, yeah, I haven't dotted all my I's or crossed all my T's, but I feel like I need to take a jump. I need to take a risk, right? So at least I know that this is something that exists within you, right? It's something that really exists within you. Because the fact that the Three of Wands came out twice, I feel like it's in you. It's in you to really pursue what you want to pursue. And I feel like in late June, you are going to do that. That's why the 10 of Wands came out, because it shows somebody, and 10 is the number of completion. So I feel like whatever you're looking at in the horizon, you're going to put in work towards the end of June to make it happen. Because the Chariot came out too, and that was like you want to make this happen now. Like you're like, so I feel like that's going to be like towards the end of June where you're putting in that work that's required in order to see whatever you want to manifest truly manifest. But if you're sitting in the energy of like, oh, I need to rest, I need to replenish, I need to heal, honor that. Honor that. Because what's going to happen is towards the end of June and maybe even the first week in July, there's going to be a shift in energy and you're going to be like, yep, I am so ready to push forward and move towards my goals and work hard, right? And take that risk. So, but if you feel like, oh, I just need a little bit of time for rest, that's okay, Aries. We all need rest at some point, okay? So rest. Because you're going to need the rest in order to fully see your dreams come true, right? We can't just work ourselves to death or worry ourselves to death, right? So just definitely take all of that into account. Other than that, beautiful reading, Aries. You're going to have an amazing June. Amazing. Bye.